Hi everyone, my full name is Maxine Maria Wilbanks. I was born in Fullerton, California. I have a 30-year-old sister and my parents have been happily married for 27 years. I'll be sharing with you how my life was impacted and affected me, being from the working middle class through education and religious aspects that's shaped me who I am today. Then talking about how my ethnicity and being bilingual has made me a more socially diverse person. Last, I will tell you how growing up as a girl, especially playing in sports, has affected me and my present future. When I was born, my parents started a Fuller prepaid account, which would pay for 4 years of college. Definitely not enough to get me into a prestige school or an Ivy League, but it wasn't just up to them. They paved the way so I could do more with it, but that's where my future wasn't determined. I could have done something more about it, which was study more in high school and really know more of my options, but from my class I was kind of maybe a little bit sheltered. And I was also seduced by the environment I was living and didn't think for myself at the time. On the religious note, we never belonged to a religious group like the Episcopalians or Baptists. Instead, my parents would take us to the beach, camping, canoeing, anything to do with outdoors. My dad always told us that this is truly God's creations and how to respect those things. Let's see. From there bloomed my interest in meditation and painting, which helps me reflect every day where I am and how I will use my gifts to serve and help others. My race was also determined. My mom's Argentine Italian and my dad is American Indian, Choctaw, and French Canadian. I was speaking Spanglish until the pre-K. When I was born, my mom spoke very little English, so she had me till I was very little, and then when I got to pre-K, I started speaking full English and went to trips since I was 4 years old to when I was 13. I stayed for 2 months when I was 13. Having a cultural background enabled me to speak and identify with many other people and cultures rather than Spanish. The only thing that's affected me from my race was during my early school career, particularly in middle school. I didn't know what group to fit in, whether like the Spanish or white, and I was just flippy-floppy, and I think that's how middle school is an awkward stage, but definitely for me. I realized around 7th grade I could be all the things I am and still connect to many different people rather than isolating myself to one group. So I was kind of like a little floater. My gender was also determined, but I believe I was meant to be a girl in this lifetime. I've been playing softball since I was 5, did the travel ball thing, played 4 years of varsity in high school, and I wasn't going to join the college team. Instead, I knew focusing on having a degree was really going to put me in a more successful position. There is no big leagues for women instead of the Olympics, but it's very difficult to get to the Olympics for me, especially for my size, usually much bigger, stronger. Also for women, you can't make a living playing a sport simply because they aren't taken seriously as an athlete, or is there a big audience? Unfortunately, it hindered my passion for the sport, but in turn, it wasn't going to stop me to make another passion, which is to be a psychologist and open up a teen counseling facility. In conclusion, my parents didn't have much when they started their journey together, but they loved each other and they weren't going to let their income inhibit them from climbing the ladder or strive to make their children's lives easier, nor did their language barrier stop them. My parents were paving the way so I could have an easier social mobility than they had. Till this day, they instill good morals by not only saying but doing. My dad always used to say, when I was a kid, you're no better than anyone, no one is better than you. Respect everyone. Also, money doesn't buy you class. What you have doesn't represent the individual you are. It's simply about being a good person. I believe people need to soul search to find out who they really are spiritually and find out what one's mission in life is to give to other people. Property, power, and prestige is separating people from people. We need to come together and realize no one is God, and we're all here to help and serve others. Think about the 1% and 10% of wealthiest Americans started to pay a little bit better, bump up the minimum wage, and share their thoughts and ideas more openly with everyone. And where would we be if they would help us just a little bit? We're missing, until then, we can't really call ourselves the United States. We're missing the big picture, and that is whether you have money or not, do you know yourself? And can you love someone as much as you love yourself? Without money, who are you? These questions don't take money to answer. And if that doesn't take money, then you'll be able to open your eyes to what's really important in life. Love conquers all. Thank you all for letting me share with you my very personal life. Thank you.